Have you ever wondered what boiled chicken looks like in an event vehicle Warthunder? Well, you're looking at the R400. And yes, I just called it extremely bland, so here are my thoughts about the vehicle. First up, this vehicle is a top speed forward of 115 kilometers per hour, which is about 72 miles per hour, and this thing can also go 11 kilometers per hour in reverse, or about 6.8 miles per hour, which overall compared to other light tanks, its forward speed is amazing. However, its reverse speed really does suffer, and that max of 11 kilometers per hour really does suck when you need it. I also have to mention that its acceleration and power is very lackluster for a light tank in this BR, so I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10. As for agility, again, its reverse speed really does hurt it. And generally, wheeled vehicles are a little less maneuverable in some cases, but I really didn't have too many issues with the R400. I mean, sure, it has a turn radius because it doesn't have neutral steering, but it's not horrible. But it's also not good, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 for agility. As for your main offensive weaponry, you do get a 105 L7 cannon. The reload rate ranges from 8.7 to 6.7 seconds, and you can have DM12, DM512, DM23, and DM33. You also get access to two 7.62s, although offensively they don't really do anything. Now with DM33, your maximum pen is 421 millimeters, which is pretty good for this BR, but it's also standard. And your reload rate of 6.7 seconds is quite literally in the middle of everything because you are facing autoloaders, but you're also facing the really slow Russian reloads. So for offense, I'm going to give this vehicle a 6 out of 10. As for defense, your armor ranges from 15 millimeters to 30 millimeters thick, which is very average compared to other light tanks, but when you compare it to a medium or a heavy, this thing is literally paper. Although that being said, there are some points on its armor which are somewhat trolly, so I was able to bounce a few rounds, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 for defense. As for survivability, this vehicle fares a little better than you think because it has 4 crew compared to the average 3 for a light tank in this BR. Additionally, since it has absolutely no armor, it's really hard to create spall, so no armor is the best armor. However, everything is really tight and compact in this tank, and you do have to deal with your ammo rack being out in the open with no protection. So in this BR, you're actually somewhat survivable, although if they know where to aim, it's pretty much over for you. So I'm going to get this vehicle a 4 out of 10 for survivability. As for this vehicle's features, it does have dual control, smoke grenades, a scout UAV, a laser rangefinder, a 2-plane stabilizer, and really good thermals for a 9.7. So you can't really complain because it's slightly above average for its BR, so it's going to get a 6 out of 10 for features. As for its flexibility, it can only really play 2 roles of being a flanker and a sniper. You don't really have the armor to contend either in second line or first line, and you don't have really any good ability to take out aircraft because you don't have an IRST or a proxy. So the R400 is going to get a 4 out of 10 for its flexibility. As for this thing's difficulty, it's not that hard to play because it's literally just flanking and defending, and there isn't really anything special you have to worry about doing. You just run around the map and look for any enemies that aren't looking at you. That being said, this vehicle is quite average for its BR, so it's not going to be carrying you or doing anything special. It's entirely up to your skill whether you make it good or not. So it's going to get a 5 out of 10 for its difficulty. As for the fun value, I'm going to keep it straight with you. I did not find this vehicle very fun because A, this vehicle is not very interesting because it has nothing special about it, and B, the teams are absolutely horrible because you're playing Germany, and I literally had a 30% win rate with this vehicle. You literally get spawn camped within like the first 3 minutes and your team is already gone. So for the fun value, I'm going to give this vehicle a 3 out of 10. As for the worth value, it's not fun. There's nothing really special about it. You don't have to get it to progress anywhere, and it's not that good. So overall, the worth value is going to be quite low. In fact, I think the worth value is a 2 out of 10. There's just no reason to get this vehicle. This gives the R400 an overall score of a 45 out of 100. In my bet, this vehicle is probably going to sell for about 15 to 20 Gaijin coin, but I do not recommend getting this vehicle.